The Glen Ferris Inn at Glen Ferris is one of West Virginia's oldest. The original Federal-style vernacular building that still can be seen beneath a 1910 classical revival remodeling has hosted travelers since at least 1839, when it was a popular stagecoach stop on the James River and Kanawha Turnpike, now US 60. During the Civil War, the building was a U.S. Army quartermaster depot from July through December, 1861. It was also headquarters of owner Aaron Stockton's several enterprises, including farming, timbering, and sawmills, flatboat building, and one of West Virginia's earliest commercial coal mining operations. The inn stayed in the family for decades, hosting a number of famous Americans, including Presidents John Tyler, Andrew Jackson, and two future presidents, Rutherford B. Hayes and William McKinley, who as a Union Army lieutenant colonel occupied the inn with his troops during the Civil War. Arriving in 1774, William Morris purchased the land called Falls Tract, where the Glen Ferris Inn is located today. Morris was the first permanent settler in Kanawha County. Later on, John and Molly Hansford purchased the land from William Morris. In 1816, the Hansfords sold their Falls Tract land to retired U.S. Army Captain Aaron Stockton, a veteran of the War of 1812. Stockton's grandfather, Richard Stockton, was a signer of the Declaration of Independence. Stockton built his Stockton Inn on the Falls Tract land. In 1839, he bought his first tavern license for his inn to serve his guest alcohol, for $20. Historian Julius de Gruyter in the Kanawha Spectator quotes an in-guest description of Stockton as a
man of resources and energy. At the same time he was a gambler and reckless in all of his activities, quarrelsome and litigious. But he was liked by most of his neighbors.
The Stockton Inn, situated at the landmark Kanawha Falls, was a great success with stagecoach travelers. The inn welcomed visitors on one of the busiest national highways, the James River and Kanawha Turnpike. It captured traffic from travelers on the Giles, Fayette and Kanawha Turnpikes who ferried visitors across the river, just below the inn. Aaron Stockton died in 1869. During the same year, his youngest daughter, Jane Tompkins Stockton, married William Hawkins, a stagecoach driver from Richmond, Virginia. She inherited the inn and they changed the name of the inn to Hawkins Hotel. The Hawkins then built horse stables and a store on the property, where the parking lots are today. The inn prospered until 1874, until the recently completed C&O Railroad began delivering travelers to the new Kanawha Hotel on the other side of the river. Due to the new railroad, stagecoach traffic became slow at the Hawkins Hotel. They would get an occasional traveler to stay at their hotel. Jane Tompkins Stockton died in 1898, leaving the property in the hands of her husband. William Hawkins died in 1905, and the property passed into the hands of his daughter, Margaret Hawkins Williamson. In 1910, Margaret hired an immigrant craftsman, Bonaventure Bosia, to remodel the inn. Bosia constructed the house's 13 classical revival columns and porch and built a stone wall around the property. Although the inn did not function as an inn between 1905 to 1920, Mrs. Williamson continued the tradition of extending hospitality to travelers and took in a few boarders. In 1920, it was sold to a subsidiary of Union Carbide. It then became known as the Glen Ferris Inn. After 1981, it belonged to Elcom Corporation, which purchased Union Carbide's industrial operations in the area. The property was placed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1991. In 1996 it was purchased by a Glen Ferris couple, who sold it to National Guard officers Brigadier General Harrison Gilliam and Major Thomas Willis in 2017. Today, the historic Glen Ferris Inn is still accepting guests for lodging and dining. Accommodations include 15 rooms and 2 suites, the old Stockton dining room, and a riverside dining room.